Zach, how are you feeling? How's the injury? And do you feel like, are you going to be ready for training camp? Just give us an update, basically.
Sure. Yeah, I feel great. Obviously, no more cast. Moving great. Won't be ready for day one of training camp, but progressing really, really well.
Do you have a timeline in terms of when you could be on the ice?
I'm on the ice. Yeah, I'm skating, just not with the team yet. Yeah.
Is there a realistic target date that you could share with us? Start of the regular season? How far into training camp do you foresee yourself playing any preseason games?
I've had major surgery before with the knee, and then whenever you set a timeline or a date, you often get disappointed if you don't hit that date, and then you tell people what the date is, and if the date comes and you're not ready for that date, then it's disappointment. So for me, internally with the group, we have little 2-week blocks milestones that we check off and that we hit, and right now we are progressing very well.
Zach, how does a person train in the summer when you can't do any, obviously, pushing, and your game is pushing people and battling, and your cardio must be great, but what about the rest of it?
No, I mean, that's part of coming back, right? I was in a cast for a while there, so anytime you're in a cast, you're immobilized, and then you got to get out of it and get your strength back. So in that mode right now, and feel great, and it's different than a lower body injury. For an upper body injury, I'm able to train my legs the entire summer. I'm able to skate. I'm able to do everything that I need to do, minus making sure that my wrist is okay. And now we're in the stage where we're really pushing the envelope and building strength back into the wrist. And like I said, very, very happy with how things have progressed, and very confident that whatever date I return on, I'll be back to normal and ready to go.
Getting hurt so late in the playoffs, how disheartening was that? If you'd got hurt in the first game of the playoff,
Yeah.
you said, "Oh, I got a long way to go yet." But that late, what went through your mind?
I don't know if it would have been different if I got hurt in the beginning. Like I mean, Eki was hurt for the beginning of the playoffs, and it was pretty disheartening for us and for him. And then it just so happened that when I got hurt, he was coming back in the lineup. So it was nice on that front. So anytime you get hurt, whether it's at the beginning of the playoffs or midway through or near the end, like I did, it's definitely disheartening, because for me, I knew immediately pretty much that my season was over, and you kind of flip focuses to just trying to help the team in a different way, and an emotional support way, and just being around the guys and being positive. But yeah, when it happened, very, very disheartening.
Now, you're 33 now. You're not an old 33 because you've only played 650 games. Is that the way you look at it? Some guys are 33 and they've played 1,000 games already, and you're saying,
Sure.
"Man, my body's worn out." But you still look at it, your age doesn't matter?
I mean, I feel great. I feel really good. When I signed my contract, I was old. So that's what everybody said. So like I'm 33. I feel great. And I feel excited. Anytime you have an injury, you're excited to come back because something's been taken away from you, right? I wasn't able to play in the finals. It's different, right? You're working towards a goal to get back, and there's excitement behind that. So crazy as it sounds, I feel rejuvenated with this whole process, and getting back to feeling normal and getting back into game shape. And I'm just excited for the year and being able to rejoin the guys.
Just for the record, before we go to DNB, Jim Matheson he's a young 70-something.
You look great, Jim.
Hey, Zach. As you mentioned, obviously you couldn't play in the final, right?
Yeah.
So how do you look at the two defeats there? Because you weren't as much a part of the second one.
Sure.
How do you kind of differentiate those two, I suppose?
Oh, there's a team level and a personal level. Personal level is they're very different for me. Obviously, one I was playing in and very active in and a big part of, and the other I wasn't on the ice and I was more in the background. So completely different, obviously, for me. So it's hard to me to speak to what was going on the ice. I had a view in the stands near you guys, right up top. On a team level, you'd like to think, there's obviously disappointment both years. Hopefully with this past year, we are better able to overcome it quicker, right? I think last year we had a little bit of a lull of a start, and it could be a cup hangover, when you don't win and you got to regroup pretty quickly and get ready for the next year. There's a lot of, it's just you're human. There's a lot of disappointment, and it's tough to start a season again from the beginning. I think with this year, we've been through it. We're ready. We're hungry. We want to win, and we know that you can't. Nothing that happened in the past matters. It's a brand new season. Everybody starts at zero, and half the league thinks they're going to win the cup, and more than almost everybody thinks they're going to make the playoffs, right? So, yeah, I think we're excited.
Does it come down maybe this year more to preparedness in terms of like having been through it and knowing, kind of like you talked about the cup hangover, or is it maybe the way you lost that is providing a bit more of a different type of motivator than compared to the previous cup final?
I don't know about the way we lost. Like they're different. The first one was obviously more dramatic in the sense that we battled back, and last year was a little different. But I think I would say just experience. I think when you talk about, everybody talks about playoff experience. This is an experience where you've went all the way into the end of June, and you know what it's like to have a short summer and to kind of just get back at it. So the hope is that we're better prepared this year to handle that, because it's a quick turnaround.
Zach, obviously there's a lot of anxiety with Connor in his situation, and the interview yesterday didn't do much to quell that anxiety. Mm-hmm. Just wondering, outside there's a lot of noise, but just wondering inside the room, how are you guys feeling about it, and are you guys been able to shelter yourselves from the anxiety that's kind of growing here the longer he stays on side?
I mean, I think he's earned the right to wait until he's comfortable. Like he's getting all this the press obviously because of who he is, but I'd say the majority of guys are playing their contracts into their contract year without an extension, right? So I know I did it myself, and I think he's shown nothing but a commitment to our group. We've dealt with a lot of noise as a team in the 4 years that I've been here, and Connor is the ultimate leader, captain, Oiler. Like he just wants to win. So there's no doubt in the locker room that that's where his mind's at, and whatever contract situation, that's between him and the team and management, I should say. And as players, we don't even really think about it. We're just going out there and we're trying to win this year, and yeah. He's been great. There's been no distraction in our room.
Zach, you're one of the kind of emotional leaders on your team, a vocal guy. If you're not ready to start the year, how do you what role do you play, to ensure the guys, Chris Knobloch mentioned he feels this year's a little bit different than last year. Like there was maybe grief more last year after that loss, and it's not so much this year. How do you ensure, you get off to a better start? And even if you're not on the ice, what role can you play to help that?
Yeah, I think just being around the group. I'll be practicing with the team, I'm sure. So whether I start or not, I'll be around. Let's say that. It's not like I'm just getting injured where you're kind of away from the team. You're going to be with the team and supporting, and especially hopefully we got some young guys on the team too. So. It's not an easy transition to the NHL, no matter who you are. They're growing pains, so hopefully be able to help out some of the young guys as well.
I want to pivot to Zach Hyman, the owner. Your first off season as an owner,
yeah.
And obviously lots of changes with NCAA, where
yeah.
of course you played. How did you, how do you feel to handle that, and how do you see that unfolding? And how it impacts the whole hockey level. Really, it's even changed at the NHL because the draft rules for how long you hold on to players now afterwards. How that impact you from a business ownership side?
That's great. That's I love talking about this is perfect. Yeah, it was great. It was a great summer. I'm the governor of our team, so we had a board of governors meeting with all the different owners and governors out in Muskoka. So got to meet a bunch of the different owners, and that was obviously one of the key talking points. Several rule changes. One, the NCAA rule change, obviously, and then two, the American Hockey League potential rule change with the 19-year-olds being able to play. So definitely two things that are on the CHL's radar. I think that, from my standpoint, I think it's all great things. Like when I was a 16-year-old kid, I wish I had the opportunity to play wherever I wanted to and not be restricted by by rules, if that were the case, I would have played in the OHL, and then I would have gone on to college, and it would have been great. So, for me, why we got into the OHL is to help develop and grow the game, help young players get to the next level, help use my experience to help those players. And whether that's college, the American League, or the NHL, it doesn't matter to me. However long they're with the Bulldogs, it's going to be our goal to make them the best players possible. And my brother's the general manager, so if you've seen some of the moves he's made, it's pretty remarkable. We have a really, really strong team, and all the credit goes to him. He's been amazing.
Does he need ownership approval on moves, or does he get to make the move without it?
I can talk all day about this. We'll be here for a while, but we work in tandem. We talk every day. He's got an unbelievable pulse on junior hockey and the OHL, and if you guys, I don't know if you guys are that interested in the OHL or the prospects, but he's made some pretty great moves. Whatever polls are meant to be, but all the media has us winning. So I told him he's got a lot of pressure on him. So it'll be a fun year.